Another Chicago Bears practice and two more players go down with Braxton Jones and Montez Sweat leaving practice early. We're going to talk about what that means, all and more, right after this. What's going on, Bears fans? Welcome to another episode of Chicago Bears Central, your number one spot for everything Chicago Bears related. We got Steve-O, myself, Haize, in the building, and unfortunately, not great news. Braxton Jones goes down in a one-on-one drill against Austin Booker. He did walk off the field under his own power, but he threw down his helmet in frustration. There have been some conflicting reports and observations about how serious the injury did appear, but of course, there's no diagnosis, no timeline yet right now. He was in the lead at the starting left tackle position. Luckily, both Jedrick Wills, Theo Benedict, and Kieran Amagaje have all had different reports of looking pretty good in some areas. Steve-O, this is one of the most important position battles coming into the season as Bobby joins us as well. What do you think about Braxton Jones going down in practice today?
It's not good news. I don't think we don't know how big of a deal it is or what he necessarily injured, but him coming off of pretty much a season altering injury within last year was a big deal, and it took some time for him to come back. And him throwing his helmet in frustration is kind of like leaning toward me thinking that it might be something similar to what he was dealing with last year, but I'm hoping and praying that it's not. But you just don't want to hear it, like especially all the good things you're hearing that he's going through in the middle of practice. Like outside of everything, like I said, the big thing I've been hearing that he's been doing everything very physical, and that was the last thing that we were seeing with him is being physical, being able to handle the physicality, the bull rush, and everything else. Because IQ wise and everything else, left tackle wise, he pretty much understands and gets that down. So there's just a setback into something where we shall see when we really find out what's going on.
Bobby, how do you feel about hearing about the injury, and how confident are you in Kieran Amagaje, Jedrick Wills, or Theo Benedict to fill in with Braxton Jones looking like he's down?
Well, first and foremost, it sucks that Braxton Jones, after having 3 good practices, that he goes down with an injury. And we're hoping that it's just something minor. But then at the same time, when you talk about the other 3 guys, I ain't even going to lie to you. I'm only confident in one person, and that's Theo Benedict, you know what I'm saying, because we actually see them. Jedrick, you know what I'm saying, he took his year off. Couldn't really, don't really know what he's looking like in practice right now. And then Cronin, the last time we seen him, well, at least the last thing I really remember is him getting whooped versus the Commanders. So I hope that somebody could Ben Johnson earlier said that they're in the informational phase right now, gathered as much information in regards to the players. Hopefully that's something that they can gather and then really fix that left tackle position, or at least have reinforcements until, Isaac Trapillo makes his return. But hopefully it's not the end. Maybe it's just a couple days missed for Braxton, but we'll see.
Yeah, hopefully it's nothing serious. The throwing the helmet down is the thing that does concern me, because players typically can feel it. Like we saw the same thing with Kobe Bryant. Now, and Ben Johnson did come out and say that as far as like Kobe Bryant, he doesn't know where the 8 to 10 week timeline came from. I don't know if you guys saw that or not. So maybe it's not as bad as what it initially was reported. But with this Braxton thing, it just sucks, right? Because we already are down Isaac Trapillo, so you're starting off at a deficit there. And Braxton came into, and it seems like he's coming to training camp with, in the best shape of his career, really focused, right? I'm trying to steer away from using the word motivated because Dial ruined that for a lot of people. He's come in motivated, and he's performed well in that so far. But, Jedrick Wills, Cronin, Theo Benedict, we'll see, I guess, what happens and which one of those guys. For what it's worth, after Braxton went down, Cronin is the one who immediately replaced him with the ones. So take that for what you will.
Maybe that's saying something. Go ahead, Steve-O.
I mean, it was leaning that way. Me and Bobby was talking about it earlier that if we had to do a ranking, that it would probably be it was Braxton 1, Amagaje 2, and it was a toss up between Jedrick Wills and Theo, but I had Theo at 3 just because we know more. He had reps at the right tackle, and Jedrick just don't look like the Alabama left tackle of old that we thought he was going to be when he came out of college.
Yeah, Karan, hey, that's saying something to me. We got to follow the information that's been given to us. And, hey, you being the first one called up when a guy goes down means that maybe you are learning. Maybe you can be a serviceable guy to come in and help this offensive line. Like I said, though, at the end of the day, I just hope it's just something minor with Braxton. We'll see,
he
though.
was really the opposite of Braxton because physically that's what got current drafted the upside physically everything. He was just not that intelligent when it came to playing the left tackle position, which is it's when people are just as fast as you but smarter, different techniques and things like that. It's a whirlwind. That's what happened against that the Commanders defense. So I think like I said, he got a whole year of watching some good left tackle work between multitude of people as well as Joe Thuney. So, like I said, I think Joe Thuney is doing a lot for everybody on this whole offensive line, to be honest.
Between Joe Thuney and also Dan Rouchard. Like, that's ultimately whatever Dan Rouchard decides, as much as I don't have big confidence in Amagaje right now, if Dan Rouchard does, I'm going to trust him. Like, that's what we brought him in here for, is to evaluate and develop these players. And if he comes away from this thinking, all right, Amagaje, it's your turn, you up, you ready? Who am I to question that until I see it on the football field?
Fair enough, because the Muzz in a playoff game said, you know what, we're going with Joe Thuney at left tackle and McFadden. You're going to start in the playoff game. Yeah, and that they performed well. So I guess I'm agreeing with you, Haize. We got to sit back and wait to see what happens.
Absolutely. Well, he's not the only one, unfortunately, that went down. Montez Sweat also left practice early with an injury. He did walk inside with the trainer again under his own power, so that's there. No severity or anything has been announced as of right now, but we already know, like, you were hoping from internal development from Austin Booker because of the consistency that Montez brings on the opposite side of that. And while they've been planning to move Diode and Yingbo more to the interior, if Montez does miss any amount of time, you're probably moving Diode back to the outside unless you feel confident in a Shamar Turner, which we haven't really heard much about anything in training camp so far. So Montez is one of the most important Bears. There's no other way around it because of the consistency that he has in both the ability to get to the quarterback and in the run game. He's a dual threat edge, and the Bears' run game already was trash. So, like, it's really scary at the thought of Montez Sweat not being able to be available. What are you guys feeling, man?
I mean, out of everybody on the defense, I mean, for one, it don't sound as bad as others, like him being able to walk off on his own power and walk in with trainers, probably just tweak something for the most part. But it could be a blessing in disguise, in my opinion, because we got a lot of unknowns, but we got a lot of hype around like Shamar Turner and the Austin Bookers, and this is the opportunity to get a sensibility of how it would feel not with him not being out there. And there's going to be cases where we know how DA is. He would throw a different rotation than anybody. Yeah. So it's a good thing for DA to sharpen up his skills, but it's a good opportunity for Shamar and the rest of them to show what they're capable of.
I agree with Steve-O on that. I think that's an important thing to note. While we don't wish injury on none of our players and we want to see them be healthy, now is the time to honestly build up that callus. If you got to tweak something, tweak it now. Just hopefully it's not a catastrophic injury. Me and Steve-O, we talked a lot about the scheme, and Haize, we talked about it on Sunday. DA wants his personnel to be a resemblance of Seattle and how they rotate those defensive linemen and then have these fast, athletic cornerbacks or defensive backs out there for his defense. And to Steve-O's point, this gives him another opportunity to say, hey, what if I move this guy outside? Hey, Austin Booker, now you're probably going to be the point of emphasis, at least from the offensive standpoint, to where Ben Johnson might be sending, chip blocks and double teams on your side. Who else is going to step up in the absence of Montez Sweat? So I think while we don't want Montez Sweat to have or suffer any major injuries, there still could be an opportunity for guys to thrive. Shout out to Jordan Vandenberg. I hear about you, boy.
Facts.
Keep doing your thing.
Man, hey, listen. Jordan Vandenberg, he's gonna put himself in that conversation before the end of the year, bro. Like,
he already
I firmly
is.
Believe that, bro.
You out here judo flipping the damn center. That put the whole goddamn defense on lock,
bro. Like, Jordan Vandenberg, that's a dangerous boy right there. But You know, the defense overall, like, and I'm sure Dennis Allen is probably looking at this like, damn, not again. Like, and, you know, you came out of last season, which you had so many injuries, specifically that attacked your secondary. Now, it's not all one position group, but like Kyler Gordon still hasn't been at practice. He hasn't even been seen on the sidelines right now, and that's usually where players that are returning, close to returning from injury, they're on the sidelines. We ain't seen Kyler. Kobe Bryant's down. The information gathering on how long he's going to be out. Now you also lose somebody in your defensive line as well.
Yeah, bro. We trying to work through these problems as best as we can, for sure.
And that, I mean, it has to be the next man up mentality, right? Like that's kind of the mentality you have to attack football with in general, right? That's why the rosters are so big. But man, I'm hoping we get it out the way early. That's all I can say. I hope that we get it out the way early and we can finish the season very strong this year and have our guys mostly healthy throughout the season.
Yeah, knock on wood. I'm just glad it ain't no young players either, because this is a difficult defense and offense to learn. And you see how long it took.
That's a good point. That's a good point, Steve-O. That's a very good point.
I'm just glad it's really outside of Kobe Bryant. It's just very minute injuries to our older players, and half of them they wasn't gonna play every single training camp anyway. So I think like this is gonna we probably ain't gonna see Montez to preseason 1 or 2.
And I mean, we already started seeing players like yesterday's practice. Garrett Bradbury and
Joe
Grady Jarrett got a veteran day, right? Like, so we're going to start seeing that. That's going to happen. These guys aren't going to play a lot in preseason either. Also, so you know, as long as everybody, and that goes back to you want everybody healthy by week 1 in the regular. I don't care if all these mugs sit, all the veterans sit every preseason game. I don't care. Them not the mugs I'm worried about as far as learning in preseason from preseason games. We need them mugs healthy by week 1 in the regular season.
I agree, because on preseason, most of us as fans, we're going to want to see what it looks like. But I think that the tall tale is going to be able to be shown to this coaching staff and these players when these joint practices start to happen. So I think that's going to be a good measuring stick, for lack of a better word, to where you're going to be able to monitor how your team match up versus some of these teams around the NFL. So
that's a fact. That's a big fact. Well, fellas, anything left before we get up out of here, man?
Nah, I think we covered everything.
Man, y'all make sure y'all hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Don't freeload.
Do that. But on top of that, y'all go over to NFL Central. If you aren't subscribed to NFL Central and been seeing the work these two young men have been doing over on NFL Central, I don't touch that channel. That's one of the few channels I get to watch strictly as a viewer. They've been killing it over there. Y'all go support them over on NFL Central. We need to get them to 1,000 subs. If we get them to 1,000 subs, here's what we do. And I'm talking about by the end of today, because I know over 1,000 y'all gonna watch this video. If NFL Central was at 1,000 subs by the end of today, August 6, 2026, I'll give away a Caleb Williams jersey on tomorrow's daily episode. Ooh. So there you go.
Y'all heard him.
75 away. Come on now.
Go 75 people. Go over there to NFL Central, and then we're going to do a giveaway. So there you go. By the end of today, that's it. Today, y'all got 11 hours to get it done. Get it done. But other than that, we want to thank y'all for tuning in, man. Make sure you guys follow us at Shy Bear Central. You send us any feedback, questions, comments, concerns, ChicagoBearCentral@gmail.com. And lastly, if you want to leave a text message and our voicemail for the mailbag, the number to do so, 773-242-9336. We're the number one spot for everything Chicago Bears related. Chi-Town up, bear down, y'all. Peace.
This has been a presentation of the Break Media.